What's happening, guys? Chris, VA Travels. Came up here to Government Island. It's an old sandstone quarry. Sandstone that was used on some of the most famous buildings here on the East Coast. The White House, Mount Vernon, the U.S. Capitol. And it's just about a 1.5 mile walking trail. Big loop. And we're down here, we're at the end of the Quarry Creek, which leads into the Potomac. And there's supposed to be some heron, bald eagles, osprey we might see. And yeah, they're open from 8 until 8. Mid-March through Halloween. Shorter hours through the winter. Okay, there's another little, kind of probably should have wore pants. It's a little bit chilly and I don't want to get poison ivy. A lot of honeysuckle has been smelling them the entire time. Yeah, you can hear the birds. I should have brought binoculars. I didn't even think about it. And like I say, the island is connected to the mainland through a lot of marshland. And they say during the summer it's really more of a peninsula than an island. So overlook over here. Again, a plaque, aquatic location. It looks like there's an osprey right there. Talking about the different plant life. Yeah, like I say, blue heron. Some lily pads. We're actually 25 to 35 feet above sea level. Very windy, as you can tell. What's back there? We picked a pretty busy date to come, I guess Sunday afternoon. But yeah, another overlook over here. A couple more plaques. Okay, yeah, we're just a couple miles away from the big Aquia Church, which I'm going to come up and do a video on sometime. And the sandstone on the pediment, the keystone, yeah, and the coins on the side. It's famous for these coins, all made from the sandstone from the quarry here. And the sandstone is good because it's easy to carve. It doesn't split. So they also call it a Aquia stone. Big thank you to Jane Hollenbeck Connor. Years of dedicated service. And there's a defibrillator for you guys that can't handle the hike. Alright, so the bridge is ending. Okay. Alright, I see another marker down here. A little bench. A little map going over the Native American history. And here's John Smith's famous map from back in 1610. Surprisingly fairly accurate. And here we are. This Clovis projectile indicates that Native Americans were here 8,000 BC. And John Smith came up, of course, the Potomac and came down Aquia Creek. And you can pause and read 1608. Mapped out this area in the tributaries. Traveled up Aquia Creek, noting it as Quia for gulls, Algonquin for gulls. So pretty neat. It says Government Island is more than 10,000 years old. Okay, I think I found a little quiet spot. So let me go over some history. All right, so this land was purchased back in the 1690s by George Brent. It was called Brent Island all the way up until 1791, when George Washington suggested the federal government purchase it for its sandstone to build these government buildings, the U.S. Capitol, White House. And it was used before 1791. The sandstone was just used for markers, tombstones, and whatnot. And yeah, so the sandstone, oh, and he had Charles L'Enfant come out here and map it out. Charles L'Enfant is the one who gridded out Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. is known as one of the best planned out cities, I guess, in the world, kind of. It's noted. And yeah, so many buildings, also parts of Mount Vernon, Gunston Hall, Kenmore Plantation in Fredericksburg, Mount Airy Plantation out there in the Northern Neck, Warsaw, out in Richmond County. So, and this thing was pretty active up until about 1830. Yeah, when they kind of tapped it out. Yeah, so not only was the sandstone great, like I say, it's really easy to carve, it doesn't split, but also its location. We're right down this Aquia Creek, which leads into the Potomac, and a little upriver, and on the other side of the Potomac, we know that's where Washington, D.C. is. There are a bunch of small little side trails.
What kind of fish are in that?
I don't know. You can see it really flowing out there. A lot of mountain laurel out here. I saw this when I was hiking Old Rag, but it's in bloom now. Yeah, that and the honeysuckles, all you see around here. And then whatever that crazy plant down in the marsh was. And looks like those are probably covered up rock piles back there, I bet. Getting into some vegetation up here. Some crazy looking roots on this trunk. Oh, okay, there's a plaque. Walk down some stone over here. Go down and see what this says. Okay, transporting the stone, so it must have shipped out from here maybe. Alright, so there's a historic road they say is visible down to the right. Sharon walked down there, you couldn't really tell, but it was created by skids or stone boats that were loaded with stone and dragged by oxen to the wharf. So the wharf was down here, and 1 cubic foot of stone weighed 120 pounds. Going upstream, Gunston Hall, Mount Vernon, D.C., Georgetown, and then the C&O Canal shoots off. So, yeah, I wish I would have brought my binoculars. I'd carve my initials in, but there's no room. Yeah, can't really make any of it out. It's so old. A couple random letters. KP. See a J. And something. Why is this all smashed down? It's kind of odd right here. A triple 3 trees. Over here. Yeah, that looks like sandstone. And I think you can see the little pick marks where, I don't know, can't totally tell. According to Google, those plants are called spatterdocks. Not totally sure that's accurate, but that's what it says. Okay, another plaque. See what this says. Alright, there's a lot more sandstone blocks around here. A bunch back there. Okay, 1647 established the first English settlement in the area along Aquia Creek. Right, so when this was purchased in 1791 by the federal government, they acquired all of the land except for 1 acre, which had been sold in 1786 to Robert Stewart, a stonemason from Baltimore, and he had the parcel marked with 4 cornerstones. There he is right here, Robert Stewart. And this old map right here, Herman map, 1673. There's Maryland Point, Upper Marlboro. Here we are, Government Island, and that's the Brent family residence right there. Paul Monkey Indian Land. Okay, Port Tobacco. I know where we're at. Okay, yeah, Charles County. Okay, pretty neat. A lot more stone. I see a bunch back there. Oh, cool. All right, here we go. And you can see definitely, obviously, pick marks here. Yeah, you get a photo of that. Okay, I guess you can kind of go up and go around. All right, let me see what this says. Oh, here we go. That was some serious work. Yeah, this was a whole production. How the stone was quarried. They had to remove the vegetation from the top. Once it was exposed, the stone face was picked away, creating a working area. 2 channels were created, 20 feet apart. Looks like these trenches here. They chiseled out the blocks. You had a hoist, wedge, chisel, hammer. And you had master mason out here, skilled workers, laborers, which were slaves. And they received 1 pound of pork, half a pound of beef, some flour, and a half a pint of whiskey. All right, so let me walk over here and get a closer look. And I remember it being at the Fluvanna County Courthouse, and you see the little chisel marks on the steps and on the side of the old county jail. It's pretty neat. Tree clinging on right there, wrapping all around this sandstone block. Tree right there growing on top. Oh, so this must be one of those channels. We've got a couple of trail cameras watching. Well, that thing's probably going off all day with all the people that come out here. All right, so we're gonna take a left, and this is gonna take us out of here. All right, so this should take us out of here, but it looks like that's the heart of it right there. That was pretty neat. Seeing where the stone comes from to all these historic buildings I visit. Another one of these triple trees growing out.
So it's not as unique as we thought.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of them back here. Yeah, a lot of stone back in this area. All right, I think this is going to take us out of here. Neat. All right, guys, that was Government Island, and pretty neat to see where all the sandstone comes from all these historic houses I'm always visiting. Yeah. Anyway, like and subscribe. See you guys.